There's no further decider, bud.
A lot of people watching are like, yeah, I mean, sure, but they can still play for the TI quals. Like, they're fine, but they're not. In the next season, just the fact that you're in Division 2 and you don't earn DPC points, it's such a huge disadvantage for any one of these teams.
I will put a small, tiny little note on that, and that there's actually no marking on Season 2.
Wait. What do you mean?
That specifically says, I don't know, I don't have the rules or anything, but they actually removed that section from the Wikipedia. Someone mentioned that on Reddit, and I was like, no way that's true. And then I looked, and I'm like, it has been removed.
What has been removed?
So in Season 1, obviously, it specifically says, bottom 2 teams are relegated. Now, in this season, it doesn't actually say that the bottom 2 teams are relegated.
Ah, interesting.
Right?
Weird.
So, maybe we're going to do some sort of like a soft reset or something, or TI results will come into account, or who knows? Because this was
only the teams that went to TI are still in Division 1 and they do some weird qualifiers.
Yeah, maybe there's special rules because this was a really weird season. I would actually be kind of okay with something like that. So we don't know it. This is the great mystery of the DPC. We're fleshing things out here.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Yes.
Still, though, as far as we know, they are relegated. But, things can always change.
You know how they say that, we might just be in one big simulation? This is it, man. We're living it right now. We are the simulation.
True.
This is the live beta test, Bowie. Congratulations. You made the cut. How's it feel? Beta tester Bowie
great.
Over here.
He's just sad he didn't get the one with the
much.
Brazil server. He got the Peru server timeline.
All right,
Tiny.
Snapfire.
I like this. All right. No, they pick Mars. They're like, guys, this is offlane Mars. Don't pick AA again. We're not picking Necro. But SG does it anyways because Mars could be metal. And I think that's a good move. I like it.
Snapfire. AA. Tiny. No armor. Kill them.
True.
They just die. If you want to go 4 Tiny, I'll make you pay for it. Force this Tiny to mid. Of course, we kind of like mid Tiny at this point. Am I right?
Why do you feel Oracle here? Just pick the Oracle. I guess it's bad because they're not going to ban Oracle next phase, but
they might.
You could say that sentence with any hero.
The W.
Okay.
I mean, they did ban it before, actually. Pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was like but it's very rare. You don't see that.
Nah, we get a real hero, the Lesh. All right. Oof. Big damage, big push, big flexibility. This is a dream opener,
They were baiting
Bowie.
the Mars.
Unknown are already winning this game. Hero for hero right now. I like what Unknown's got. Way better.
It really shows how much SG respect the Centaur. Because they banned the Lesh last time because they didn't want it in the 2-3 for Unknown. So they probably knew they were going to pick this 4th overall. And they'd still rather fight this than a potential position 3 Centaur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very interesting.
Speaking of Oracle, this sounds like a good time to bring out a Huskar.
10 seconds remaining.
Doesn't it? Game 3, last of the season.
5 seconds remaining.
Do or die.
It's just not a 4DR hero. 4DR is about the composure, total composure. If Tavo is diving tier 4s, 4DR is just clicking his mouse, waiting for the perfect moment to do stuff. I don't think it fits him as the rock that SG needs. I think Huskar is way too chaotic for him.
They actually don't have the players.
I want him playing the DKs, playing the pucks. Now, I think puck is as the highest chaotic points we can give for DR.
Okay. Now, can I tell you on a Timbersoft, they somehow don't manage to ban it here as Unknown?
Yeah. Timber, can buy Hood. You're going to feel
Radiant team
strong enough against a Tiny.
It is. Lesh can be a bit weird, though, I will say. But as long as you get the Nyx Assassin, I think it's fine. I think you go Timber, Nyx next phase for SG.
Oh, Timber for SG.
Okay. Yeah. And then we get some 10th pick Strength Hero with a stun.
10 seconds
And we play some Dota 2.
All right.
I like that.
5 seconds
Strength heroes with stuns.
The only question about the Timber is the Bat Rider, I think.
I was surprised they banned the Deuce even though there's an AA, right? I don't think we saw AA without the help of that stun guy. But maybe they're just, and they have Mars on top of it, so
Radiant
that's
team
very
ban.
surprising.
A lot of respect to the hero. She still combos with that nasty 5-man team fight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Nick slips through. Looks like a sweet Knicks game.
You're overselling the Knicks, my friend.
There's a Lesh.
10 seconds remaining.
Nick's good hero. Very strong. Gets banned a lot.
5 seconds remaining.
SG loses at game 1. I mean, why wouldn't you just pick it again?
Yeah, that's true. You do lose the flex, but it's good enough.
Oh, they're not
No.
playing Tiny 4. Who we kidding? Everyone knows this is a Tiny mid. Aren't we past that already?
With SG, it could be flex, right?
I mean, it
Yeah.
can be, but
I don't
actually,
know.
What you
to
think
be
of,
honest,
position
it's-
3
it's-
heroes.
I think it's way more likely it is flex. It is 4 with SG. What is wrong with
Yeah.
these players? They don't play enough heroes.
Well, they seem
Let me
stumped
think.
on this one. Deep into the reserve time we go. Ban into pick.
I think Oracle was a good ban now, especially with the Leshrac, because it helps Leshrac a lot. It is pretty good versus the AA because you can carry people through with the false promise from getting Ice Blast killed. Downside, it is
Yeah.
burst tiny, which you don't really help much versus. Could also Warlock. I don't know why that hero's just ditched.
Yeah, that's a great question. What's
They're
wrong with
taking a
Warlock?
long time
Team
here.
pick.
What?
TB. Okay.
What are they about to pick? We
I
haven't
guess
seen
they feel
TB
like-
in a while.
Chaos
Wow.
Knight.
I mean,
Dire team.
yeah.
Luna.
No. It's Luna.
Oh, there she blows.
What? Is
You don't
Terrorblade
see
the
happy
hero?
Zyuri.
Well, I'm just confused. What is this Terrorblade? They spent all that time to ban Terrorblade.
10
He's a good hero versus
I mean,
Luna
it's-
with the reflection, right?
Yeah, it's good against AA because you can
5 seconds
dodge the
remaining.
AA blast. But yeah, I mean, against Tiny, I don't think TB is that strong, especially early on. But I guess they're afraid of the push. It did felt like Leshrac, even though he died 7 times in the first game, the fact that he forced the tier 1s that much, just allowed Unknown to control the map. So I think SG, they're really afraid of giving up those early towers to Unknown and get locked
All
without
right,
the Luna
guys.
being able to farm.
Oh, first off, can I sell you on a Warlock now? Why'd you go
Oh,
Oracle?
Oracle.
Warlock's so
Very
much
nice. I feel
They're
it's
gonna
a little
Huskar.
bit smarter.
They're gonna
better. They
Huskar.
have an AA, my good sir.
Oh yeah, that is very possible.
What? They have an AA, guys. Hello, woohoo!
I think Huskar
still
versus
might
AA
do
is
it.
possible if you rush BKB and AA is not
5
core.
seconds
Yeah, but you don't
remaining.
have to pick it. There's a lot of heroes, guys. We don't have to go down that
Definitely
road.
crushes Tiny though. I feel like there is a world where Tiny gets crushed so hard, it's still worth it versus AA. But yeah, I mean, kind of unlikely.
This feels like an 85% Tiny 4. I do not see ADI playing Tiny in his last game. I feel like there's no way.
Yeah.
Any other team, yes, should be mid. I like it better mid at this point. I think that they.
I'm inclined to agree.
I would have liked Warlock Spectre. That was what I was feeling. I don't know.
I mean, if they're going with the narrative, they're gonna pick their offlaner. now,
This
right?
doesn't feel
Yeah.
good though. I mean, Timbersaw's a good
Oh.
pick, but they've got very little reserve time for their 10th pick.
So, and they can't fit the bat now, but it also just, I mean, for the Timber. So the Timbers game looks a lot better now thanks to that.
It is a little scary to play Timber
10
versus Oracle, though,
seconds
depending on the one that, if Unknown can pick Gyro now. And
5
I
seconds
think that
remaining.
Timbersaw's lane's gonna look very scary. Not sure if that's their plan, and that would probably force them to play either Mars or Lash support. But
They could also just play the Bear Man, maybe.
oh,
The old Ursa.
true. Very good versus Luna. I do feel like Blink Dagger heroes, though, they're very weak against this AA shard. So, not sure if that's something you're gonna.
Oh, can I get a
Consider-
Void? They want the
There you go.
Bear.
Bear man.
Yeah, but my first thought
It's
with the
good.
bear was like their stuns will be a little bit weak, like they're fully reliant on the arena, and then I'm thinking things like, ooh, what if we went to Faceless Void now? You know, but we're out on that apparently.
Yeah.
All right, do you bother banning the Veno, or do you let yourself get Veno midded by ADR? I mean, Veno or Viper, they could just Viper mid on SG.
10 seconds remaining.
It's not really a 40AR hero though.
5
I think they're gonna
seconds remaining.
Razor or some
Dire
like.
team ban.
Yeah, I think they might Razor on SG.
Let's see,
'Cause-
Clockwork.
Is it that good?
It's very decent versus Ursa, I think, because he wants to get Blink and initiate the fights, but if you
10
can link
seconds
him,
remaining.
I feel like he just
Definitely
kills you before the
reduces a
link
lot of
does
kills.
anything, though, doesn't he?
5
yeah, but
seconds remaining.
you're gonna rush BKB on Razor, so like he doesn't kill you because you're mega fast, and he's not gonna have any ways of holding you. They're already liking stuns on unknown.
That is true. Big true.
It's DP. I guess DP is fine. If they want to double down the push.
I think they're gonna Willow on Unknown. I feel like that. Didn't they play Willow before? Back at the start?
Radiant
I think so.
team
Actually, I
ban.
don't see a lot of Willow. Oh wait, no, look at
Dire
SG's page.
team
We've seen a couple of Willows. I forget who though.
I feel like it was Widge.
Luna's good here. It's not great as Timber, but everyone else actually pretty good.
And they do ban the Viper. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Tusk is okay. I like the
10
gap close versus
seconds
Luna.
remaining.
And AA, actually.
Ah, they're gonna Willow. Look at this. It's definitely Willow. I'm
Oh, no, Tusk is
positive
banned.
he's a
Sorry.
spammer.
Radiant team
Ooh. This is great though. Get this with the Mars. Now double healing for the Ursa. Oh
You
man,
have Oracle
this,
out too, so you're gonna
Yeah.
amplify that.
This feels perfect.
Mhm.
And burn for like the timber, so you get
10
some good
seconds
damage going
remaining.
there. I like
Snap
everything
fire
about
mid.
this.
Snap fire mid.
5
Snap fire
seconds
mid.
remaining.
He's only played 12 games of Willow. I was way off.
I think SG is going to go like
Although that's
Lena
as much
or
Phoenix as he's
something.
played, so whatever.
Oh, Lena is good. Is that already? I
Yeah,
like
something really basic here. Like works against the egg. It's okay. I don't love it, but I think it does fit the bill. It's well rounded.
Yep.
This is a hard one. I actually kind of like Veto.
Templar
Ooh,
now
TA.
select your heroes.
Oh. Well,
You were
I
right about
think-
the tiny. That's Theo, and it's an ADR Templar assassin.
Well, I think it's a little greedy on SG. I also think TA, it's a good lane, but TA always feels like a bet, and SG. I think I prefer Unknown's draft, guys. Have this Oracle save. You have this hard-hitting Ursa hero that can roach, that can fight, that can... The only thing they struggle a little bit is push on the side of Unknown, because your Aegis hero... Oh, sorry for that. Is also not a high ground hero. But besides that, I think Unknown's doing really well here.
I mean, they have a less track too, though. So they definitely have some push. At least they have enough push to take over your whole
you're just
map.
not gonna give like for tier 3s. I mean, they're not gonna
Yes.
give the Aegis to RoboZ or anything. But for the other towers, definitely.
Yep. Trent?
I actually think their chase is kind of bad on Unknown. I think they're going to get away with a lot of stupid creep cutting on SG. They might lose coming out of the lanes, but I actually feel like they're going to hold out, and we're going to get some, 1 40-minute team fight into Luna just wins the game. I think SG are going to do it, Bowie.
Yeah, you might be right. They do pick a lot of heal onto this AA hero. So
Yeah.
provided KJ gets good at blasts, a lot of the Phoenix and the Oracle contribution might be worthless. We'll see.
They're on the clock. Go fast on
Yeah.
Unknown, right? I feel like SG don't want to fight you, so take their towers.
They have greedy heroes. This Luna and TA want to farm a lot.
Man.
So if they lose their lanes, this can look terrible for SG. And they are on Peru servers, so a little easier to lose lanes.
If there's one thing that I've learned doing 2 full seasons of South American DPC, you follow the servers. All right? Peruvian team, Peruvian servers, You do the math, Bowie. All right. This is going to be Peru all day. Unknown is going to take this, I believe. They're going to make the double heal dream work despite the ancient apparition. Maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but I don't know. There's something nasty about these lanes. You got Oracle, Ursa on one side, Phoenix, Mars on the other, Lesh mid. This is a dream laning phase.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Boom, boom.
All right. Well, we've got 2 disconnects, but let's hand it over to Gary and Theban. Let's let them talk it out a little bit. You know, we gave them some pointers here, laid down the foundation. Gary, double heal, ancient apparition. Who's crazier, old Trent or old Zyori?
Oh, do I have to choose? You're both crazy in my heart. It's fine, boys. You can deal with that as you want. I really do see this SG lineup doing well in laning stage, though. Theban, the Timbersaw, the TA, they've got pretty good laning matchups. It doesn't look particularly bad, especially when you have the gold tiny for Theo. You can toss the Timbersaw away from the Ursa. It's not too bad.
Fair enough. I'm actually thinking, I get what you mean. You were probably thinking about some regular lanes. So what if they put the Timber against the Mars and then they aggro the Ursa with your Luna, right? That could be good. Luna tri-lane, get that aura buffed up for your supports and then just try to take the fights with that plus Hybrid Timber against the Mars 1v1. Now, do you think that's going to happen?
So strong, guys. I'm so strong.
It looks like they might be setting up for it. Like you see Costabil plus Tavo both going bottom lane. Theo the Tiny, he's gone out there for an early observer ward to try and scout out exactly what's happening. And he'll see the Mars bottom in that triangle area.
Yep.
I think you're right.
That's what you got to do. I mean, you got an Ursa matchup. I don't think you ever want to have your Ursa lane into the... you ever want your Timbersaw to lane into the Ursa if you can avoid the situation. So, looking like it. Luna just going to show bottom first. And then she's going to walk back up and go top. That's the plan. Because they see him, right? Yeah, they got the word.
To battle.
The musical lanes begins.
Ursa's
One
down
up
here
there.
too.
So do you want to actually tri-lane that and actually have the 1v1 Tavo up against
Yes.
Sacred?
I think so. I think that's exactly what you want. And if the Ursa does go bottom, it's much easier of a lane as well for the Timber because the Ursa can no longer chase down so far. But it doesn't really look like Unknown have a read on that. And Timber should be pretty happy.
Unless?
Wait, hold on. Oh, wait.
Unless...
Something threw them off. What threw them off?
They're trying to fake it out themselves, but they're still under a Radiant Ward. They're still going to be spotted. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
The counter fake. Hey.
All right. They're just chilling.
Ring
dancing
around the
word.
rosy. So is this where we start to see 2 cores farming jungle together? We've got a toss on the Oracle. TP immediately. No more stuns, so he's up towards that top tower. And now, we've seen this before. Supports farming lanes while the cores are walking around wondering where they're supposed to be heading.
Dude doesn't know where to go. He's just sitting there. Oh my god. What is happening?
This is how I wanted Game 3 to start, yeah? It's late. It's getting late.
It's so bad for SG though because there's nobody bottom getting XP. We're just chilling here denying creeps.
Oracle gets tossed back. It's Tiny and AA pummeling into Prada. They don't get the kill, so no first blood.
What's Sacred doing? He's also AFK. None of the cores
I don't know, man.
Okay, Luna's showing up bottom.
They are. Look jungle. 2 cores farming jungle. Oh, yes, it's happening. Kill those creeps. Oh, no, don't run away from them.
Yeah, Mars is going to start walking bottom now because Luna has already shown in the bot lane. But, the supports, they're so happy. They're level 2 already. We're just level 2.5, by the way. With 7 last. Yep, he's got the most last in the game right now.
It's gonna be like 5-minute supernova for a support Phoenix.
That's scary.
Right, so Timbersaw's now bottom lane with a Luna. Tavo to support Timber coming in to play that bot lane. Yeah, I don't know what I'm seeing right now. I mean, so Luna's gonna have to TP top, but she's the first one to move. So now Unknown or toss back onto that Oracle again. Yeah, it doesn't look like they've got any finishing blows. But yeah, if you're the first one to TP, it seems like you always lose out.
Yeah, exactly. But try lane top, you do got the Luna Aura. Might get the Lunar Blessing level 2 on level 3 here. And then you should be able to still win this lane. It's just a problem for Tavo, right? He's laning against this Ursa plus the over-leveled Phoenix, who can literally shove him out of this lane on his own.
So rough.
Yeah, Phoenix, as soon as he gets that level 2 Fire Spirits, Tavo's gonna cry.
Oh, dearie me. Well, I don't think they can blame the lag for these lane swaps and what's what's happened here. Some real nuisance stuff going on.
I
Mid
honestly
lane
would've
TA
put-
up against Lash. I mean,
Oh,
Lash
that's-
coming out slightly ahead so far, but that's a lane that's settled, right? It's just a 1v1 farm trade, but 2 ranged heroes, Theban.
Yeah. 2 range heroes, that means a lot of nonsense could be occurring in the mid lane. Someone might die. I do think ADR has the advantage in this lane until Leshak hits level 6. And once Lesh is level 6, if we see a rotation from the Phoenix just slowing the team, Lesh just hard committing, the refractions won't be able to do anything.
I'm still wondering what you do with this Tavo Timber. Is he just stuck here?
Yeah, I think he's screwed. With like whatever happened, Tavo was definitely the one who got cucked the most. And he's in a
Sad.
very awkward position bottom now.
So you're still going to get Sacred some farm up top. He's got Oracle behind him. They'll get some kind of saves. And Sacred's
Plus, you're
gonna
committing
be able to-
3 heroes, right, to stop Sacred. Where bottom is just
Tavo.
like 1 Phoenix.
Fiery Spirits.
Yeah, he might be
That's
dead.
not-
I think Tavo's dead.
Is it? Ooh.
We got 2 more spirits. It would be a good time to. Okay, he goes really far back on Tavo and heals up, and Ursa just throws the lane in front of this tier 1. He
chasing-
doesn't risk it.
Onto KJ top. He puts the cold feet on them, but that's a level 3 Oracle 3 minutes in. 2 points in Purifying Flames, massive nuke damage. First blood gathered up by Unknown.
Boosting the support's XP from the first waves. Oracle, Phoenix, who benefited, making plays with it.
Loses his courier on bottom lane as well. And the KJ's come down here, so he's going to try and pull this wave back a couple of times. Go on, those little ranged trolls, yeah. Half pull at the very least. Timbersaw really just struggling to get anywhere near that creep wave. Yeah, like you said, just solo bullied back. Widge is going to 1v2 that lane while Ursa completely free farms. A bit of a chase onto an Oracle top. Clarity cancelled by Theo. No real chance at killing him off, though. He's got plenty of stick charges to play around with.
Yeah, honestly, Gary, if this was just like regular lanes, or if Timber just started bottom, like no matter what happens, he would have been in like infinitely better situation than he is right now. It's like 4 Lassets, you know, still buying regen and struggling, having an A to support him too.
It's also AA spamming sounds as well. Like he gives one to Tavo. Yeah, Tavo's got salve tangos that need to come out when his courier respawns. A bit of cold feet thrown onto Teemo. It's a level 4 Phoenix. Like I still can't wrap my head around that. Level 4 Phoenix 4 minutes in.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out
could
for
even-
when he gets to level 6 here. I will say, Gary, the next thing that we should probably be looking at is the mid lane, because RoboZ is about to hit 6 after the next wave. And it's going to be nighttime too. We might see some explosions happening here.
Yeah, level 3 Edict leveled up as well, so that's super good with Pulse Nova to get through the refraction of TA. Definitely
are
keep our
trying to
eyes
delay
peeled
it.
for that one.
By getting some denies right now. Oh, they're both in a very aggressive position here.
Well, nobody's coming in just yet. KJ goes and steals a bounty rune on that dire side of the map. So RoboZ is going to be missing a bottle refill. While TA is actually going to fall back into the jungle for a little bit.
Yep, didn't get level
Mars
6.
might get tossed back top. Yeah, tossed into the Luna. They're going to chuck some spells at her, but she's got raindrops and wand, and this avalanche from Theo.
So much
Trying
damage.
to claim
bro.
up the kill on Sacred, but a great disarm. Fate's Edict doesn't stop the Lucent Beam from finishing off the Sacred Mars, though. Even chucks him a tip, ball down bottom. Phoenix gets in on top of KJ. Cold Feet zones him out. Timbersaw just trying to secure some CS under his tower. Signs of life from SG in some of these other lanes. And Tavo hasn't died, you know, it's not been as bad as it could have been. He's been very defensive, he's getting his levels, playing very safely. And here comes that rotation mid.
6 minute
It's
rune.
Theo's tiny.
RoboZ. Oh, got sniped. They replaced that word on the high ground too. KJ and snipes the bounty. Oh, feels bad.
Got him. Is he going to die for it, though? There's Fiery Spirits in the second here from Phoenix. Cold Feet, he could dive away if he wants to. He Fairy Fires up. TP out from KJ. Oh, yeah, got him back to Fountain. He successfully survived.
I feel like he got a little greedy with not using the Icarus dive there, Gary. Just like
I thought he
it's
would.
A lot of damage. I mean, Wish has. I don't feel like he's used his Icarus dive once. So
Yeah, it's a little bit hesitant with using it.
that was.
So I think that should have been
kill.
It should have been a kill.
Yep.
And up the
Think
top,
that's still
Theo
on.
he's really spooking them. Every time Prada shows, it's like, oh, there's a tiny here. He's going to toss me back. Oh, the diving bottom. Here we go. On to Tavo. Come on, Timber Chain away.
Yep,
Finally,
help him
Timo and
either.
Widge get up on the board in that bot lane.
And that's a catapult still alive too, so they're going to be able to do a little bit of damage to this bottom tower. But the Timber is dead, not too much. Timo just wants to still be focused on farming. He's level 6 now, making his way towards a Battle Fury. He needs to be able to keep up with the Luna and the TA. I wonder if that's going to be something SG is concerned about, because the Luna and the TA, they farm the same areas for the most part, which is Ancients. So one of these two heroes is going to have to give a little.
Yeah, there's a serious amount of overlap. Yeah, you're right. We'll see what they do. I mean, Adriano for now is going to be farming bottom jungle, it looks like, and they haven't actually made any stacks in that triangle. Ancients and large camps still untouched. Tavo? He's just timber chained under that tier 1 tower bottom lane. He might be trying to bait them. And rage used up. Widge trying to run forward. Tiny just avalanches. Doesn't get the full combo out there. Tavo lives. I mean, he's still playing around in the lane. Just not sure for how long as they toss the Phoenix away from Tiny. Timo just going to continue farming up. That's the thing. Like, looking at the CS board and, you know, starting to look at net worth 8 minutes in or so, it doesn't look bad for SG. Like, TA and Luna, they're up at the top. Leshrac is doing decently. The two offlaners are pretty much the same. That
It's a
early laning
50-50.
stage...
Yeah, but like Timber doesn't want to be in this situation, right? That's the big problem. Like, Timber wants to be that dominating force in the game from early on, and he's not that. And the way for Timber to come back is not really there too, because he's playing against Ursa and a Leshrac. These two heroes shred Timbersaw.
Like, being behind is compounded. You're more behind the fact that you're not ahead.
Exactly. And I feel like in this game, watching both these teams play, normally they're a little bit more aggressive, but the fact that the team who loses this game goes to Division 2 must be paying like a big factor here.
Oh yeah, it's weighing on their minds for sure. Ursa getting run out by the Tiny and the Timber. He's got Enrage back up again, so not really a worry for him, and he just runs straight towards Tavo, in fact, to try and keep these Fury Swipe stacks going, which are up to 5 right now.
Yep.
And with Widge returning to lane, everything is going to just be fine.
KJ is also down here, and they're just struggling to find any kind of kills with the lack of disables on their lineup. Tavo
He does have level
still got 7
6.
stacks.
He's got Supernova if he pops that
They
wand.
want the Phoenix.
You're going to try and toss him. Avalanche, toss, get him onto tower. Widge pops his wand, and he's got a Supernova if he wants to use it under the tower. He sure does. Fire Spirits on the AA means that he can't go and hit it. Down goes the Tiny. Tavo and KJ now kind of stuck in a weird spot now.
Exactly.
While mid
He must be
lane,
so frustrated.
TA, Adriano, oh, he gets turned on. Split Earth is coming. He's trying to dodge it out. In comes the Fortune's End. The stun comes out of Prada, making sure that Leshrac gets the kill.
Doesn't even need the stun to land onto the TA. The TA is just in so much trouble once you get on top of her with that Edict and the Supernova. Illusions die very quickly too to that Supernova. And yeah, look at that. Robo Z, level 10. He's got Yules completed, going for Boots of Travels next.
Yeah, what?
And
10-minute Yules, level 10? God.
Yep. It's just,
Pretty
so they
super
get to
strong.
kill bottom, right, Gary? With 3 heroes of SG committing onto that Phoenix. And they just get the counter kill with the Ursa and the Phoenix alone, which is with the Supernova, you know, pre 10 minutes. And now you lose the TA middle, and there's Luna top, who's been by herself for like, I want to say 2 minutes now, farming the Ancients of the Templar Assassin. And is pretty much on an island by herself. Like, she can't go top because there's a Mars with an arena. Every time she shows in the lane, like, she's going to be afraid of either a Leshrac, you know, Lightning Storm stunning, or you setting up with Yules, or an arena coming out. So she's going to be in the jungle for some time now. And SG, this is like a horrendous situation for them to be in.
Yeah, this is where the real game starts for Unknown. That's where they kick things off. Now they are signaling into that triangle saying, hey, we've kind of cut this wave bottom. We know there's no one really farming down here. Timbersaw, we can probably just... You don't mind leaving him alone to get a bit of farm. You were mentioning that he doesn't really have a way to catch up. He doesn't have that team fight capability to win battles. He's pretty much just a lane shover at this point. Someone who draws the attention away from the primary targets.
Yeah, and
So for Unknown,
SG also, they're struggling on experience right now. KJ just took the tome. That means Tiny is still level 4 with no space on the map. And Tiny is the only one who can set up for the apparition right now.
oh, Tavo.
Ice Blast bottom.
How much trouble is he in? And they do throw
That's
the
gonna
Ice Blast,
miss.
but it's going to completely miss. Tavo, he's dragging the wave around, but they've defended the catapult. With RoboZ and Teemo just frontlining for Mr. Carty, they get that tier 1 tower. And they're still moving towards Tavo. He's timber chaining, and he doesn't have a TP. It's a long run around here for the Timbersaw. Go on, keep chaining away. They won't be able to catch you.
I
As
just
they do get
realized. I was wondering why RoboZ didn't use him, because he sold his use component so he can finish Boots of Travels first after that TA kill.
Oh.
Yeah. He had it on a courier, and then like after
did,
the
yeah.
balls, he sold it, bought bots, and now he's going for the Yules afterwards. So maybe a missed opportunity there to kill that Timber, because a Yules play was everything they really needed.
So is that him feeling that he's so far ahead, he can just get
Yeah.
more ahead by playing out these
Exactly.
lanes?
That's probably what he's thinking. Just get the Boots of Travels, push out all the lanes that he can. And he's got the Oracle to cover him too. Like, he can confidently push this mid-tier 1 with the False Promise sitting right behind him. Gets the Glyph
That's
first. Yeah, just get the rune and go back to mid and do that again with the next Diabolic Edict cooldown.
Take all the runes, take all the towers. They got plenty of wards and D-wards going on in that mid spot as well. Good vision coming out of the Dire. The Radiant do see the smoke though, pinging it out. Tiny's realised they are making a move and very likely going to come in towards that triangle. Yeah, you can see the AA moves forward, Luna moves back. They've already cleared out all the camps.
Big
And they're
scan.
trying to get towards this Leshrac. Yeah, Radiant Scan does connect on them. Dire gets some high ground vision of their own. A sentry placed down as well as the smoke breaks, and they are spotted. Tiny, he wants that avalanche toss back. Mars caught up inside the Ice Blast, but the Fate Edict blocks the damage as a Spear Arena catches Theo and a Supernova's inside. Down goes the Tiny. No more casualties for SG though, as they actually managed to deward that zone in the triangle. The
ADR
jump
with the
in from
blink in.
Adriano. He's got the Blink Dagger, but the False Promise save. Prada's there, clears out RoboZ, makes sure he's able to escape as the Spear and that magic damage blow through Tarvo. Tier 1's grabbed up. Unknown with another little victory.
RoboZ, he wants to blink in. Big kill from
Oh, he
ADR.
gets him.
Yep, the double trap.
Nice trap slow. Blinks
Very
in with that Mel Strike maxed out. And Teemo, he's being slowed down here with these loosened beams. Coastabil thinking about breaking high ground there.
Oh man, if ADR did not get that kill onto the Leshrac, like, Unknown would have got away with so much. But that Blink Dagger doing lots of work, also giving him crazy amount of golden XP. Now has a Mithril Hammer. They need this
That's
kind
tier one of their
momentum
own.
from him. Yep.
Avalanche, Ice Blast, Widge. Gets the Fate Edict on him. Looks like he should be able to survive through that. But yeah, good little burst there from SG coming out and claiming a bit of land for themselves. That's going to give Tiny a bit of money towards Blink. Well, like you say, Adriano, that Mithril Hammer in towards the Deso. And it looks like Luna's going to get that triangle. Get all 3 camps for herself in that top lane to play around with.
They're trying their best on SG to make as many stacks as they possibly can with KJ. Because
I thought you were just going to leave it there. They're trying their best on SG. they're trying.
Nah, they're good. They're good. Like this last minute where they got that kill into Lesh, led into a tier 1 tower taking, has given Tabo a lot of space. He was sitting at like 2,400 net worth or something before that Lesh mid fight, and now he's got himself some farm. So he's only at 3k. This Timber is extremely sad. Don't get me wrong, Gary, but you know, ADR, he is keeping them in the game right now.
Oh, and another smoke spotted. That's 2 in a row now. These observer wards over on that Dire jungle area. Sees the move from Unknown. Adriano still playing pretty forward.
He's got a blink as well.
Yeah,
They
he's
won't be
got-
able to catch him. This is just like ADR baiting it out. blinked forward into the jungle. This is a
Might
small
still be in
opportunity.
trouble.
Can they get him? No.
Ooh,
Slows.
no.
These traps are so annoying, aren't they? Oh man,
Are scanning.
he's so on
What's-
point with these traps. Seriously,
60% slow when they're all charged up.
so
They're
good.
all over the place. Every single
Buying
ramp,
time.
every entrance point, it's got these traps on them.
Buying
yeah,
so
I
much
guess the
time to farm himself a Deso here.
I'm just wondering, like, the expected move, SG maybe thinking they're going to go into the triangle. They were playing defensively there with Custabil and KJ too. As Widge going to take a meld strike to the back of the head.
Ouch.
Half of his HP gone.
That hurts, and that's before the Deso as well. Yep.
Yeah, might get one shot soon, but top lane, Tarvo. There's the Yules out of the Leshrac and an arena towards the Timbersaw. Sacred's going to grab that one up for himself.
Theo is just not a hero, Gary. It's just not. I mean, sorry, Tavo is just not a hero this game.
When he gets his hood,
So when he gets his hood, the Ursa's gonna eat him. That's what's gonna happen.
oh man. Oh, it's a
he gets
Battle
his
Fury
hood.
Ursa. He's going straight
Yeah.
into Basher next. Not the Blink Dagger or the BKB or the SNY, which we've seen plenty of. And Basher going to be super good against Luna and the Templar Assassin, who really don't want to be held and locked down in place.
Big DD, right here. This could be it. They get a Deso. They can go to Roshan now, right? But the Phoenix Supernova is a problem. Arena is on cooldown for a little bit. They might just do it anyway. Like, don't think too much about the egg. The Arena's on cooldown, so they don't have the protection. Maybe you just go for the Rosh here with the double damage. Get that Aegis, because that could be the game breaker. What could really allow SG to play more aggressively on this map. Because so far, they've been doing nothing but defensive moves.
Well, they do get a bit of de-warding going around the pit. And again, KJ's vision has been exceptionally good. They've still got that ward over near the outpost, so they'll see the Ursa farming jungle. A couple of neutrals being grabbed up, but there is that move. Don't think too much about it. Go straight into the pit with a DD rune. And unknown, what's the response going to be? Widge with this TP to outpost, he's going to come in and realize very quickly that Roshan has been started. And if he gets jumped and blown up here, that team fight from unknown is lacking. So he has to dive away
Very
from the
good
ice
sneak.
blast. That means Adriano does get the Aegis. So
Very
SG
good sneak.
pulling themselves back into it.
Exactly. And I mean, that DD was everything for that Roshan. You know, Luna also coming in with the blessing, give it a little bit of extra damage for the TA. That was nice too. And I think a big factor here is Theo just constantly showing bottom and nuking out these waves, has managed to finish his Blink Dagger. He's got enough gold now. He just wants to get enough mana to TP back to base. But
Get me out of here.
it's gonna be a while. It's just gonna walk back, it looks like. And they can just start smoking up now. They got 2 smokes on the apparition right now, ready to go. Timber's got Arcane Boost out of the hood. He's probably just gonna be focused on farming and pushing lanes out. But TA, Tiny, A, like, these are the heroes that want to be battling it up. They're pretty strong.
Yeah, start grouping up and taking team fights. I mean, unknown, again, it's being scouted by vision, traps, observer wards, everything. KJ comes back in, tries to get a D-ward. This time, he's going to be punished for it. No more of that, Mr. KJ. And a push towards the tier 2 bottom for unknown.
Yeah, they do
Should
know
be able
there's
to
a
take
ward
this
there
tower.
Radiant's
because of that trap on the high ground too.
Radiant structures are
They might just
Glyph
fight
yet
though.
again.
KJ's alive in 15 seconds. Glyph is gonna buy them about 10 seconds plus because the creep wave is still very far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
It's
it.
just
They want
enough
to
time.
battle.
There is a blink on
There's
Sacred, though, which they might not know about. Blink Hood with that arena ready, and he wants to make a jump, and it could be a big one. Theo, Adriano, oh, they're in the trees. They put a trap down. KJ's there as well. If Sacred could just get a bit of vision in here and know where they are, they've got a good idea. There's Adriano making the jump in. The avalanche toss onto Robo-Z. They get the
Big
Yules
ice
off in the
blast.
Essence Ring, but in comes the arena, spearing Adriano. Templar Assassin up against the side of the arena, and he's lost his Aegis. But Prada's also gone as Theo made that jump in. He's going to get dived upon by Widge. Tiny getting collapsed towards another avalanche toss play, blowing him up. And get Theo killed, but in comes that Timbersaw slicing between them. Tavo with a double kill.
There it is. Big Ice Blast play, landing on 3 heroes, especially with the Leshrac in the Yules. As soon as he comes down, boom, shattered. And then that TA, like, they focused him, but it's got the Aegis, right? That's the big factor right there. Nice jump from Theo. holding those 3 heroes in place. Ice Blast, Egg comes out. Egg is like helping to kill the TA, but it just doesn't matter. As soon as they're alive, they're just gonna chase you down. You can see
Luna's
getting
I swear,
too.
Luna didn't do anything in that fight.
Didn't need to. He's got a
Like
BKB now on Luna.
Yeah. Just like cast a Lucent Beam, like, thank you very much, team. I am now top of the net worth. I'm going to start running down these lanes. And what are they going to do to stop me?
Yep.
They tried that Arena Supernova. They couldn't fight up against us. They're TPing down here en masse, and a spear on that Luna. Again, has BKB at the ready. Gonna have to use it soon, but decides not to. And now the last minute pops it out. Ursa's still giving chase. Enrage is up.
Too
Tiny.
slow.
He wants this Blink Avalanche toss onto the Ursa. He's gonna get a couple of them. Let's face it, though. That sideline Prada Oracle gonna save them, but in comes the Eclipse from Costa Biel. Takes down Sacred, and now this Timbersaw, he's able to slow them down and juke around. He's got another chain forward if he wants to go in, and onto Robo Z we move. Adriana with a Blink Melt Strike, another Avalanche toss. Theo makes the jump in. Beautiful blow up onto the Leshrac. Adriana can still go hunting as well. They know where the Oracle is. One tap, back of the neck, and another hit will finish him off. SG come out swinging real strong after... You said it, that Roshan has lifted their spirits. Now they're thinking about going high ground.
Yep, I mean, the kiting from SG has been so on point. There's an Oracle, but they just wait out his skills. Fate Seeder comes out, Heal comes out. Okay, chill, wait for the right opportunity. ADR playing so well with the Psionic Traps. He's already level 18, Gary. Yeah, they just got a bottom Rax. That's insane.
It's a Raxing.
That's absolutely insane. I mean... This Roshan just blew this game open for SG. The DD for the TA. And now this TA has a BKB complete. 22 minutes into the game. I feel like ADR has just put this team on his back and just destroying.
I mean, it really is do or die, right? Like you've been saying. Like the panel's been saying. This is
Another
the
DD?
difference between staying in Div 1 and... dropping down to Div 2, and yeah, a double damage rune going to help Adriano even further as bottom. They get the jump onto Robo Z. Not quite connecting perfectly. He's going to go aggressive, though. Yule's onto Theo, but look at who's coming. It's the orange blip on the minimap. It's Adriano with a 2-tap. In we go, and another kill on Leshrac.
Oh, man. That's just too much. I think... At this point, Robo Z must be wondering, where did I go wrong? This Yule's Boot to Travels build just not working out against the Templar Assassin.
Costa Biel. Speared under Supernova. He's got BKB, but he's going to die before he can really use it. Timbersaw going to chain away. The Supernova stun lands on Tiny and the Timber, so it allows the Arena to come through as well. Ursa straight onto his target, but it chains towards the high ground. Diving forward, we've got the Phoenix. Moving towards Adriana, who gets bashed up. The DD's still going. He's got BKB as well, but he's in a 1 versus 4 right now. Try. He will get on top of Mars now, and Timbersaw's going to bodyguard him, but Witch comes out with a double kill. They take down KJ, the False Promise on the Sacred as well, and Templar Assassin. Oh, we're going to get a good amount of burst on the Tavo, and TA just bails. TA says, nah, I'm not fighting here anymore.
I mean, that just started with Costa Biel pushing the mid tower without his TA, just getting himself real out of position, right? Your carry is the Templar Assassin. Play around what ADR wants to do. It's like Costa Biel is like, no, guys, I'm the KO. You guys follow me. And then he just got his team killed, essentially. And they just got a bottom rack suit. That is the worst thing that could happen right now.
All right, now they've got to contend with a lot of farm going into the hands of that Ursa Warrior, who is definitely he's a mean machine when it comes to jumping onto your Luna and your TA. We saw that first hit bash come from him, really ruin Adriana's chances in that team fight in the triangle.
I'm kind of concerned though for Teemo. Like, he didn't go dagger, and I think like going basher first before dagger was a little bit of a mistake and missed opportunity. Very similar to Leshrac going boot to travels before the Yules this game, and like missing out on some kills. Now he's got the dagger and he's bought a shard. Okay, he had a BKB queued up. He needs to be able to jump the backline. He needs to kill the apparition. He needs to be able to like jump the Tiny after his combo. All these things gotta happen, and this is gonna help him get in better position as well. It's like they lost the racks before they realized what they have to do on Unknown. It's just unfortunate that they need to play with such a handicap now.
What's the game plan for Sacred then? If Ursa wants to jump the back lines, is Sacred trying to force BKBs with Arena, or is he going to look for Talo's Timbersaw?
You want to try and pin like the TA or the Luna, or Arena in a way that they can't get inside without clicking the BKB.
Yeah.
And coming in. So you want to jump the other heroes when the T and the Luna are not there, especially if the heroes have BKB, unless you can burst them with the spear combo. So just gotta play smart. These BKBs mid game, they're incredibly strong. Just need a little bit more items on Teemo, so they will be kind of redundant.
Bait them out, kite them out, waste those durations as well. Unknown playing very tight on the bottom part of the map. That gives a lot of room for Tavo to push out, and of course for SG to start controlling the Roche pit, which Roche is going to respawn in 1 minute, and they've got a trap inside that will scout it. Something TA is so adept at doing is controlling that zone of the map. I'll just keep out shoving in that mid wave. Costabile with Manta Dragonlance now. As Unknown, they're pressing forward here. They've got to know where SG are. There's a Dire Observer that spots them all out, and they are looking for this jump. Costabile could be that target who's left out here, and another DD rune has spawned up at that top spot.
What?
Adriano's coming in for it, yeah.
One?
I don't know, man. It's like the third, fourth one he's had this game, honestly.
Well, alright. I mean, we know who the frog wants to stay in Division 1.
Well, yeah, he had Kunkka with 20 arcane runes against a PL. Now he's got a TA with a bunch of double damage runes. Roshan in 10 seconds. And SG. All they need to do is win this one team fight. And it feels like Unknown are going to crumble and bow down at their feet. Observer wards. Trying to kill it off, but the sentry got taken out. There we go. The illusions will finally remove a bit of that dire vision. It's risky from RoboZ, pressing so far forward, though. Yeah, he's got no BKB. He's just got a Yule Scepter. I guess the Oracle. Yeah.
Just buy it.
If he gets tossed back, though.
True.
And do SG want to go straight into the pit? Or do they want to go looping around looking for pickoffs? They are being very soft with their decision making right now, like edging forward. KJ like stutter stepping in towards that right hand side, and they do move into the pit with a DD rune. Unknown.
Ursa's nowhere nearby. That's easy take for the TA.
Yeah.
Aegis, shard for the Luna. Yep.
Look at how quickly Adriana's moving. He literally kills Roshan, gets Aegis, and he's go. Team, come, follow.
Yep.
Come on,
you got bottom Raxus already taken, you know? Everyone's slow in comparison to ADR here. He already knows we're going top and middle, and the team's all mid right now.
Defending Costabile, the fake pseudo carry. Given the cheese.
At least they give him the shard. That shard is so good for Luna. Plenty of damage. Gives a little bit of extra range too, since you can kind of ground target it.
Mana cost reduced by 50 as well. That's always super handy for these like Agi and strength heroes not wanting to buy mana items. But yeah, Unknown out of position, caught with their pants down a little bit. Still need to try and find that perfect fight, but look at that. Circling on the map, it's time to close this one out. Take the tier 2 mid, and shove our opponents back into their base, so they've got nowhere to farm. There's something I always struggle with is that decision making you have where you know your opponents are coming towards your high ground. Mm-hmm. Do I want to go and like cut waves? Do I smoke and try and get on the other side of the map to farm, or do I want to wait because the fight is imminent?
It's very dependent on your opponents, right? For the most part, you want to be on their side of the map and cutting creep waves, because then they would have to bring multiple heroes back to their side of the map and try to stop you. So you have to like kind of have an understanding of the map presence, what's going on with the opponent. So if the opponents are like playing middle and top, then you should be bottom, split pushing, putting some kind of pressure so you give the opponent like a chance to make a decision. And sometimes if they decide to go back, then that's good for you. You're going to buy yourself more time. You never really want to just stay AFK in your base unless it's like imminent, like they're going to go high ground in the next 5 seconds and you're making a plan to like burst a hero that instantly shows up.
Oh, that's no good. The only one surprised by this.
For now, we're just going to be hiding up in that top part. Phoenix in the trees. defend Robo-Z with his smoke still on him. Just going to push out that magic damage. Push out the wave with the magic damage. Small brain lag. I think SG are kind of expecting, bot lane to be pushed. Bot outpost maybe to...
They should try to kill ADR right
move
now.
towards...
Oh, the traps just expose the Leshrac. Man, ADR, this guy is so good. Seriously. Like, his traps, whatever, like, all 3 games he's played, he's been phenomenal, Gary. Tell you that.
Yeah, he's the driving force here for SG, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Still playing under Dire Vision. So Unknown not going to make any hasty moves up there. And the Radiant, they're scanning. They've got a pretty clear idea of where the Dire are playing. Trap up on the high ground. Theo makes a jump. Avalanche, toss. The Mel Strike, burst damage. Oracle gone. Now what do you do, Unknown? With Sacred's on the run. Adriano's thinking about the additional catch onto Robo-Z. That's no Oracle for 30 seconds, so a freebie tier 2 in the mid lane. And maybe another high ground push coming. Unknown that they're prepping and ramping up for a team fight around mid, but another toss back. Theo finds another catch. They're just ice blasted into Sacred. Now the Mel strikes onto Robo-Z, dive away by the Phoenix, but another hero dead, another timer that Unknown have to contend with.
Yep, that ward. Very nice, providing vision. Theo making the right play. Gonna go high ground with this Desolator, and you know what happens if the tier 3 falls? Unknown.
Wave start bouncing, and Theo.
Oh, they got Theo.
He makes the jump, but they kill the Tiny. Teemo's back in there. The Phoenix drops to the whirling death of Tavo. Tier 3 does die. They've still got this cheese on the Luna, Aegis on the Templar Assassin, and both of their BKBs at the ready. Unknown, they need Arena.
Get cancelled.
They need Supernova Arena so bad. I mean, he's going to jump away with that Earthshock. Luckily, didn't have to use the Enrage itself properly. Well, this could just be a move up towards Mega Creeps in the top lane.
Yeah. Well, you lost 2 sides. It's so much harder for Unknown to come back now. Let's check the Dota Plus. It says 96%. Oh, boy. Unknown. I mean, they could have made a play with Teemo. Just get in there, hit someone, stop them from hitting the tier 3. You got, the Raxus. You got Oracle False Promise. You got Mars coming up in like 5 seconds. Phoenix could buy back and take the fight. Like, just anything to not lose that Rax. Another DD?
What?
Hold on. Hang on. What's going on?
I'm just going to keep saying, what? KJ gets jumped by the Ursa. He's getting turned on. It's a good arena. Where's the Supernova? Just the Sunray for now from Widges. The Eclipse bouncing another Sacred. False Promise onto the Ursa so we can turn and face Adriano. The Aegis is down. The Egg being focused is right-clicked. They've lost the Phoenix now. In comes Tavo. Slices with the Chakram and the Whirling Death. They get the burst damage with the Mel Strike. Through onto the Oracle. Buybacks are available here for Unknown, but they're losing so many thick and fast as the Leshrac is caught up. And Adriano dishes out that serious right-click damage. Losing the gem, though. Theo's Tiny down, and they don't get towards any additional objectives. Multiple buybacks from Unknown, but they're going to hold on to their base for now, it looks like, as potentially Coastabile in trouble, has the cheese up his sleeve, forced to use it, and rage from the Ursa Warrior as well, but that's only been used defensively so he can run away. They've used him up. Tavo catches out the Ursa, Sacred misses his spear, and the loosened beams. The jump in from Adriano, he does so much minus armor and damage. They've all bought back and died. Ursa can try. Get a bash onto Adriana. Go on, I dare you. The Ice Blast comes through. Pretty juicy one there, it looked like. Clips onto the Ursa Warrior. God Tribute comes out, but Sacred is missed out. He doesn't have any teammates to back him up. Now we're in a 4 versus 2 with no buybacks. Unknown is going to lose their tier 4s.
That's it. They can't fight into this.
Looks like SG going to be staying in Div 1.
Yep, they are.
The throne is open and GG's called.
They're tipping. They're happy to stay in Div 1, that's for sure. But if you're a fan of SG, you know you had way higher expectations than just scraping your way out of this one. Man, that was a real
The very last game.
Yeah, like
the very last game of the very last series they had.
Exactly. I think ADR, he played a phenomenal game. Everybody else on SG, they were okay. Tavo especially, he was struggling hardcore. Theo was struggling, but ADR making all the right moves. That one play where he got the kill onto the Leshrac middle when they took the tier 1 tower, it just felt like it started changing the tides of the game. And then getting that DD, sneaking that Roshan, that kind of just put SG in an amazing position. Plus, TA coexisting with the Luna in your lineup, that's just incredible. You know, they both farmed the same things, but ADR made it work somehow. So big shout out to him. He played amazing this day.
And what was it? It was 6-1-12 on the TA, 10-1-21 on the Kunkka. And in that first game, which was a loss, Adriano had 5-3 and 6 on the Ember Spirit. So yeah, died 5 times across 3 games in the series. Pretty damn good performance from them. As SG, like we said, stay in Div 1. Boys on the panel, Zayori, how do you like that series?
Oh, it was a good one, Gary. One we won't soon forget, especially if you are a fan of the Brazilian Dota. Vamos Brazil, staying in the upper division, doing it on the Peruvian server as well, against the odds with a Luna. Bowie, this is exciting. They did it in fashion. They did it in stunning success here. The aesthetics of the Luna glaives bouncing around as they marched towards victory. This was